Hello everybody and welcome back to the United Stand from a very sunny Lyon. We are at the Groupama Stadium ready for Manchester United against Lyon in the Europa League, and I am joined with the one and only Ricky. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful here, isn't it?
It's glorious. It's a beautiful city. The weather's fantastic. I absolutely love it here.
The only thing that could make it better is a United win later on.
That'd be fantastic. It might be a bit of a long shot, but it would be great.
The perfect day, bit of paddle in the morning, just come out of a paddle session. Ricky, we need to get you on it next time. That's what we need to get the United Stand going. You know, a nice little road trip video going into the afternoon and then a United win later on. I mean, are you expecting a United win?
No, they're going to be a really good side. You know, we could.
Don't bring me back down to earth.
I do. I am pleased with how we're playing recently, and I think the manager has he started his team. I don't mean like the people in the team. I'm talking about the way they're playing. It's starting to take a little bit of shape, I think, and I'm pretty upbeat about it. So we're not without a chance of winning, but we do find it difficult to score goals. But I don't think a draw here would be a bad result anyway. With the second leg to come at Old Trafford, so I'd take a draw.
I would also take a draw if someone said I offer you a draw now. I mean, the United side was like, no, we can go out there and win it. But I think I would take it because I know Lyon are a good side. And I tell you what, Ricky, if PSG are anything to go by, they're flying. They look fantastic. They destroyed Villa last night. And you know what? It could have been even worse. I looked at the stats. They absolutely dominated them. And Villa are a very good Premier League side as well. So, that lead, they've got some really good teams in there. Marseille, Lyon are doing really well, nearly in them Champions League spots. I mean, their manager had a little dig saying, this game's more important to Manchester United because it's the only way into the Champions League.
It's not a bad
they
shout.
have their league as well.
Yeah, they've got two options, haven't they, of going for Champions League football. We've only got the one. It's vitally important for us that we get through.
However, I do think they're going to be up for the fight because there's been a few tackles thrown before the game, a few digs thrown. Yeah. Ricky, one of your favourite United players, Nemanja Matic, by the way, what a player. Yeah. He had a little pop back at Andre and Onana.
Yeah, don't blame him.
Ruben Amorim did say, because we asked him yesterday, that the quote was taken out of context and they missed out the start where Onana said they're a really good side.
Right.
But
he still did say that we're better than them, didn't he? He shouldn't be saying things like that.
He had the right to reply, didn't he?
It comes back to things like that come back to bite you in the bum. I hope it doesn't, but it could easily do. And it wouldn't surprise me if Onana's not even watched Lyon. It wouldn't surprise me if he doesn't know much about them at all. Yet he comes out with that. You know what I mean? Honestly,
I liked it. I said I would much rather, a little bit of fighting talk before the game, because I think Nemanja Matic had a right to reply. I'm not going to sit here saying why he said that. I'm like, what? If someone said my team, their team was way better than mine, I'd be like, well, hang on a second. And he chose his words very carefully.
He did, yeah. He did.
He talked about statistics. He didn't say it was his opinion. He said statistically one of the worst keepers. Yeah. And if Andre Onana's hearing that, that's going to hurt him. Yeah. The only thing for me is he replied back to Matic with obviously the FA Cup, being like, well, I've won trophies with Manchester United. And don't get me wrong, I also think Andre Onana absolutely has a right to reply. When someone calls you one of the worst United goalkeepers, of course you have a right to reply. But please wait to reply until after the game's done. Go and win it first. Go and win it first and then show it, because he's put a lot of pressure on himself, hasn't he, tonight?
He has put pressure on himself, yeah.
And what are we predicting? Do you think he's going to live up to it?
I think so, yeah. I think he'll be all right. I mean, look, you never know with him. He does drop the odd stinker, don't he? But I think he'll be all right tonight. He's got to be up for it. And like I say,
it'll help him a lot. The shape's better.
The team shape's better, and a draw will be a decent result. I'm fed up of hearing people talking about how crap the derby was. That was a decent result. We've got to set ourselves up. I'm not going to say these are like City, but City on their day are still a good side, a really, really good side on their day. Who's to say it wouldn't have been their day if we wouldn't have set ourselves up like we did? So, okay, these are not as good as City. Or I don't think they will be. They better not be. I don't think these are as good as City, but
I hope they are.
It's still a tough away game, and we need to set ourselves up similarly, I think.
Yeah, it's a tough away game, and we'll talk about who would start, because a lot of shouts for Casemiro and Ugarte to continue that partnership. But I want to quickly just touch on what Ruben Amorim said, Ricky, because we've had a bit of discourse about this before on the United Stand. And I don't know if you caught his press conference, but he said the reason we've been better in the Europa League is because he knows as a coach, physically, it's less demanding than the Premier League games. He said you get an extra second to think on the ball in the Europa League games, and that helps our players massively, which is why we've been better. He said he's noticed a big difference. He said he can't say he's categorically going to be like that tonight, because Lyon might show something different. But he has said there's a difference. Do you believe in that? Because we're the only team that's unbeaten in the Europa League.
Yeah, in other words, could he not just say that the teams in the Europa League are not quite as good as the teams in the Premier League? That's the truth, isn't it? I mean, look at the teams we've played apart from who have we just knocked out?
Sociedad. They're a decent side, but even them are not doing as well as they usually do.
But they're the first proper decent side we've played. Well, when I say proper decent, where are they in the Spanish league?
Yeah, I think they're mid-table.
Yeah. So, we haven't really played, and in the group stages.
And usually they're higher than that.
Yeah.
They're having an off-season, aren't they?
In the group stages, we played a couple of teams from the Eastern Europe who are, they're certainly not strong financially. I don't like being disrespectful to other clubs, but most of the clubs that we played in the Europa League wouldn't last in the Premier League.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We beat Rangers and we'll see what they do against Athletic Bilbao. That's going to be a really interesting game as well. I'll be keeping my eye on that result. But in terms of how Manchester United set up to go and beat Lyon, Ricky, the midfield partnership, are you sticking with Casemiro and Ugarte? And if you are, why?
Yes, and the simple answer is that they've been playing well. Simple as that. I mean, Casemiro's really come to the fore. I think Ugarte has been the first one to be subbed in 2 games in a row, I think.
Casemiro's been probably our best midfielder over the last couple of games.
I think he played the 90 minutes, didn't he? In the derby, I think he did, yeah.
If not, he played the majority.
But they've both got that natural defensive acumen. They both know where to be on the park when the opposition have got the ball. We've played too often over the years with only one player who's got that acumen and, that actual tactical nous. And I believe they've both got it, and I think it's important. And although we didn't play all against good teams, when Van Nistelrooy was in charge for 4 games, them two played every match. And now they seem to be back in favour again. It begs the question, why hadn't the manager thought of this earlier?
Well, he's already explained it. He said at first, Casemiro didn't suit the way he wanted to play, and he wasn't doing the things he wanted to. But he's gone and he's worked hard and he's adapted. And he said he's playing well, so he keeps his place.
Right.
So he's kind of, and I think he conceded a little bit that he didn't really maybe know how to manage that sort of player at first, and now they've both kind of learnt from that, which I think is. To hold your hands up and say that, I think it takes a lot from the manager. It'll be interesting. Obviously, he's not the long-term future, but right now, he's doing well. So I think, especially away from home, like you said, when the last thing you want to do is concede, you want to stay in the game, especially with the fact that Manchester United struggle to score goals. The last thing you want is going back to Old Trafford with like a 2-0 to Lyon. It's near enough impossible with our attacking options, unless Ahmad can suddenly make a miraculous return, which isn't going to happen in time. We need to make sure we stay in the game. That is the first part of call.
100%.
So yeah, we'll go with Casemiro and Ugarte in there. And then I was looking, at our squad, Ricky, the forward options. Obviously, Mason Mount counts as a midfielder. Bruno Fernandes counts as a midfielder, but they are forward options. Kobbie Mainoo's back, counts as a midfielder.
Is he in the squad, is he?
He's in the squad.
Right, okay.
The only actual forwards on the list are Xerxes, Garnacho and Højlund. Is crazy, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
It just shows how much investment we need into that area. But obviously, we can pick midfielders in them roles. Kobbie's back. He's not going to start because he's just come back, but he is in the squad. Mason Mount could be in with a shout of starting.
Yeah.
Who would your front three be?
I'd probably stick with Højlund. And
up top.
Yeah, and I would probably go. I think Mason Mount's got to be banging on the door. I would probably go Bruno and Mason Mount.
Would you?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting stuff. So Xerxes misses out. I think Xerxes starts tonight.
Yeah, he might well do. He might well do.
He was glowing about him in the press conference, but he might be glowing about him because he's not going to start. He wants to kind of make up for it a little bit. Managers can do that. Sir Alex used to do stuff like that, didn't he? So I think Xerxes would.
If it's Xerxes, I think it'll be Xerxes and Bruno, and Højlund will still play up top, I think.
Yeah, I think Garnacho, he seems to be playing him a lot. I think it's because he's the only, forward player we've got that actually has that pace, that unpredictability. But he's not been playing well, and I think it is time to change that up, and I think hopefully Ruben Amorim will do that. I mean, just looking at a few of their players, Matic we know very well, obviously been speaking. He'll be interesting how we deal with him, because he
doesn't start every game, but
I think he'll start tonight.
No, yeah.
I think he'll start tonight. But even though he's a bit older, he's still got that. You never lose it. It's like Eriksen. He's maybe not as physical anymore, but he's still got that good technical acumen. And then you look at Ryan Cherki, another player that we've got to watch out for. That young player that Manchester United apparently are actually interested in. People will be on scout watch for him tonight. So they've got some good players. They're a good team, and we've got to respect that. We've got to respect that, and we'll see how the game goes. But what's your score prediction? You going 1-1 still?
I'll go 1-1, yeah.
Go 1-1. Oh, do you know what? I was going to go with a 1-1, but I'm going to go with a 2-1 United to make it spicy, make it interesting. Can Manchester United get the win? I think a lot of people have counted us out. But at the end of the day, we are doing better.
Yeah. 100%.
Our team shape is better.
Yeah.
We are playing a lot better football in the final third. We just can't seem to finish it off.
Yeah.
We just cannot seem to finish it off. So if we can get our finishing boots on, Manchester United hopefully can get the win out here today. I'm predicting a win. Get in the comments down below what you're predicting. Last question, Ricky.
Yeah.
Do you think we'll see Luke Shaw today?
On the bench.
But do you think he'll get on?
Probably not, unless it's an emergency. I mean, we've probably got other defenders on the bench as well. Maguire came off as a precaution, I believe, didn't he?
Yes.
So he'll probably start. So you've still got Lindelof as backup. Because I'm thinking of Shaw as one of the 3 centre-backs at the moment, not a left wing-back. I think that's where you'll see him when he eventually gets a game.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Let's do random prediction. Who do you think is going to, be man of the match for United today? I know it's random prediction, but we'll just see it. I'm going to say mine. I think Dorgu's going to have a really good game today. I can see it.
I'll go with one of the centre-backs. I'll go Lenny Yoro.
You'll go with Lenny Yoro. We love it. Get in the comments your predictions. What do you think about what me and Ricky have said? He put Bruno in his starting 11. Can you believe it? The sun's got to you, Ricky. The sun's got to you. Anyway, we will watch the game tonight. We'll report back on what we see. I'm so excited. This is the competition.
Can't wait for it.
This is the excitement of our season, isn't it? And me and Ricky want to be doing this exact video in May in Bilbao.
Exactly.
So let's hope we can get there. But anyway, guys, let's go. Come on, Manchester United.